Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Dan Potts with me. We've just been Everton 2-0 goals from Gabriel Jesus and Saka in pre-season. Dan, let's just start. How was the game for you? Were you happy with what you saw from the boys today?
I was in the first half, mate. I can't lie. I thought we were really sharp in the first half. And what really impressed me was that that's probably one of the strongest teams we're going to have. I know we had Tierney, Tomiyasu and Ramsdale out, but the rest of it is pretty much there or thereabouts. The second half worried me for the pure fact that that's our B team and we've got a lot of work to do if we want to be going for top four next season as a minimum. Because for me, that second string of players has proven last season it's not good enough. And again, we can't be surprised to know that it wasn't good enough tonight. So the first half really impressed me. I thought there was some real sharp players. In the second half, I was impressed by Eddie. But apart from that, I can't say I was too impressed with any of the others. But you asked me, was I impressed with the performance? I think, in the first half, I really was. And I think that Gabriel Jesus, that's the first time I've actually seen him over a period of time, because I saw the goals at Nuremberg and you were obviously there, said he was fantastic and he looked sharp. I was really impressed with him tonight, and what I love about Gabriel Jesus is his pressing. And I think that what Mikel Arteta, wants from a centre-forward is somebody who does that, and we've not seen that at the moment with Lacazette last season. I think with what we see with Jesus is that bit of quality, and that goal, Cecil, was class, mate. That goal was class. It's not just the finish that was class, it was that touch. That touch was exceptional, mate. World-class touch. So that fills me with a lot of confidence. But the second half, there's a lot of problems there, man.
Yeah. There'll be a portion of people saying, that goal was class from Gabriel Jesus. But a lot of people say, it's only pre-season. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. The season hasn't started yet. When he comes up against the bigger clubs, will he be able to do it? Do you worry about that? Or have you seen what you've seen from him in that game? You think, he is looking someone who will cause problems when the season starts?
Well, it's not just been this game, has it? And sometimes you can have one-off games and think, let's not get too excited. I never get too excited about pre-season because, of course, everything can go wrong. But when you look at the early signs, this has been a good signing so far. Yeah. So for me, it's the one that I think we should be excited by. The others don't excite me at the moment. I don't know what we're going to get from Vieira and Marquinhos, but I do know what we're going to get from Gabriel Jesus because it's the one that we know about. Yeah. And what I've seen so far from him in Nuremberg and in the friendly that was behind closed doors and tonight, it's enough to say fair play. It's been a good signing. And I think that if that continues, then we need to be looking at that as a good signing. I think when we look at some of the other performances, though, in that first half, I think we could be excited by them. I think Martinelli was looking sharp. I was really impressed with Saliba tonight. I think his passing is exceptional. I'm really, really like his presence. I like everything about the command of his area. I like everything about the way that he's looking.
Does Ben White have to worry, Dan, for you? Is he someone you might, because he didn't play in Nuremberg. Ben White's obviously didn't play today. Saliba's come in, been alongside Gabriel, looked very solid in there. Should Ben White be worried, or should we say now, he's going to be certified for the start of the season, or are you looking more for Saliba?
At the moment, the partnership looks to be Ben White and Gabriel, but there's no reason why William Saliba can't force his way into this side. And the reason I say that is not because we might play a back three. That could happen in some games. I don't think it will, but it could happen in some games. But actually, the jury's still out for me on Ben White. I think he's a good player, but I don't look at him and go, there's no one, he's done. No one's getting near him. William Saliba can push for that shirt. And I think that with Saliba and Gabriel, you have two players that have a presence. Yeah. And I think that's a little bit more... Ben White's got a presence, but not the stature of a Saliba, I don't feel, anyway. So I think Saliba's got a chance of getting into this team. I like what I see so far from what I've seen in France. 3 years now in France, he's killed it, absolutely smashed it at Saint Etienne, which is why we signed him. Then he stayed there on loan and was great, went to Nice, got Player of the Year, and he's got himself into the international side and obviously Player of the Season over in France for Marseille. So the signs are there to say that he's a good player. So I'm glad he's with us, mate. I tell you that.
Okay, so a lot of positive signs from what you saw today, but obviously some worries because obviously the second half performance. But a lot of positive signs are taken from today's performance. Yeah,
I mean the first half for me is the side that we're hoping to see in the season. If that was the team in the second half, I'd be worried. Because there's so much that isn't good about that side. Yeah. Bellerin needs to go. Yeah, Maitland-Niles needs to get his head in the game or go. The Pablo Mari thing is a strange one for me because I look at him and I think actually you're not as bad as what people are making out. But if you don't want to be here, then go. Some of those players aren't going to be there. In my opinion, Pepe, what's going to happen with him? Some of these players that are coming on. Rob Holding, is a cover player. El Neni, cover player. Lokonga, what's going to happen with him? So it's all like question marks over these players. So that was why I think the second half didn't really fill me with a lot of joy. But when I look at what I still think we need to do, Cecil, is a lot, mate. I can't lie. People are saying get 2 more players in. happy days. We need a lot more than 2 players, bro. Right? We need a lot more than 2 players because half the players we saw in the second half are leaving. We believe anyway. Yeah. And if they're not leaving, it's a worry if they're staying because they're not good enough. So I still feel we're looking at a few players to coming in, and I'm not so sure we're going to get that, man. So it's going to be interesting. They've got a few weeks left. 3 weeks until Palace, which worries me a bit because the second half of that does not look too good. Yep. So let's hope that we get a few more players in. We've got to remember that obviously Zinchenko is looking like it will get done. That's a really good signing for me. Obviously Tomiyasu, Tierney, Ramsdale to come in, Fabio Vieira, another one to come in, Marquinhos we didn't see tonight. So that's 6 players there I've just named. So that's great. But we still need more, man. So I'm going to be looking at Arteta and Edu and hoping that they can start to get some business done in the coming weeks, man. So fingers crossed.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.